Hello everyone, I am Sacred and thank you for joining me in my mod spotlight of Hearts of Iron 4. Today we're going to review the mod called Formable Nations. Well, Formable Nations, did you ever want to form a nation, for example the Byzantine Empire as Greek, like you could do in Hearts of Iron, like you could do in Europa Universalis 4 or even in Victoria 2, where you could form new nations? Well, here you can, certainly you can. You can form lots of new nations, which should give the game a lot more fun. And since you are going to gain these territories that you form as core states, should make the game better and more fun as well. So, let's see. Well, the game is normal. We are playing only with that mod and some more graphical mods. So let's read. Version 0.1. Instead of having an inconsistent way of forming nations by the events, this mod uses ideas which lets the player know the prerequisites for forming each nation. This mod creates an endgame reward for gaining certain territories and allows the player to choose when to form a new nation. Most formable nations are restricted to certain countries. This mod should work fine with all other mods as long as states are modified. Requirements: be the required country, own all required states, have at least 300 political power, might change, and be at peace. Advantages of forming a new nation: getting a core in all uncored states required to form a nation, a brand new name and flag. Yes, 300 political power I think is a bit too low, so you may increase that. Disadvantages: a country can only form one nation per game. Known issues: huge formal nations prerequisites are going off the screen. Upcoming nations by priority: Latin Union, the Frankish Empire, Europe, Byzantine, Macedonian Empire, Ottoman, Mongol Empire, Roman Empire, North America, South America, Asia, Oceania, the world. The world, alright. Upcoming features: country leaders, party names. Known bugs: Soviet Union getting Eastern Poland after CV is formed. Game bugging when server breaks out, events not triggering, and military stuff not working properly. You can suggest better names, flags, leaders, and parties for fictional countries. Well, the mod creator is called the Crafter ESP, so a great shout out for him. Let's get straight into the game. Well, in this review, I'm not going to place countries. I'm going to display you every country which can be formed. Let's start off with the good nation of Austria. Let's see, just get in. It really doesn't matter since we aren't gonna play. So, as Austria here. There we go. Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is simply add me some more political power. 1000, there we go. So, you can see here that you're gonna get a complete new tab. Decisions, it's called. Here you can see all of the nations you can form. So, you can form Großdeutschland, the Chinese Empire, Africa, Austria-Hungary, Commonwealth, Holy Roman Empire, Iberia, Scandinavia, Arabia, Great Moravia, Transcaucasia, Benelux, Baltic States, Central America, Hungarian Kingdom, and the Kievan Rus. But now we're going to form Austria-Hungary. So we require all of these countries, as the mod developer said already. The bug is known, so you can't see the states, you can't see all states. But you can guess them, so I'm just gonna annex the countries we'll need most likely, which will be, let's annex Hungary, annex Czechoslovakia, annex Yugoslavia, and I think we'll need Romania as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, yes, we need Romania, so let's annex Romania. And now, there you can see, we can form Austria-Hungary. Well, look to that, our core population is only 6.5 million, but if we would form Austria-Hungary, we did form it, now we got the rest as a core state. Now our core population increased to 16.32 million. So that's a really interesting fact, isn't it? Certainly, so that's one new nation, the Austro-Hungarian nation. On the flag changed. Let's go ahead and let's try to form Africa now. Let's form the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth. So let's change to Poland. Back data. That was a different way. And to Poland. So to form the Commonwealth, we need to control. I guess only Lithuania. Let's annex Lithuania. still can't form it. We need to control Ostpreußen, Vigem, Kurgem as well. Oh, so I'm forced to annex all of Germany as well for the purpose of this modification. Haha. And annex Latvia. There we go. Now if we add some political power, we can join, but we still can't form the Commonwealth. Why? Commonwealth, we need Kiev as well. Wow, so okay, fine, let's annex the Soviet Union as well. Why not? We're gonna release it anyways. Okay, the Commonwealth requires, since I can't see what it requires, I can't see. I guess it requires to join. So we're gonna release them all. There we go, we can finally form the Commonwealth. You probably need all of these territories here, but you need to be involved with all these countries. It's a thing. So we joined the Commonwealth, which, yeah, now let's release the countries we occupied. God damn it. Well, our core population has risen to 67.91 million. We can't see what's our core state, the non-core state, so I'm gonna release all of the states as a normal player. So that's how Austria-Hungary looks like without the core states. Now we can release the Soviet Union. Release, normally. Yeah, and let's release, well, Romania as well. Yugoslavia. And then also the German Reich. So that's the Polish-Lithuanian Union. I thought they gave up these states to Commonwealth. Well, that's interesting. Okay, there we go. That's the Commonwealth, Polish-Lithuanian Union. Whatever. I'm not here to play the game. I'm here to form the countries, to let you guys see what you can form. The Commonwealth is the first one. Let's take a look to the Chinese Empire. That might be interesting, the Chinese Empire. Let's take a look to the Chinese Empire then. I just need, we'll guess all of these territories, so I'm just gonna annex all of the Chinese ones. I even don't know their names, so I have to turn T-debug on actually. Annex XSM, annex Xinjiang, let's annex, that is wrong, Tibet, and also Xinjiang, fine, like I think Mongolia as well, annex, what's the attack? MRM. I guess we have to annex Japan as well. Let's annex Japan then. Annex Menguku, which is MAN. Annex Shangji, which is SHX. And then I think Tanutua as well. And PRC. And then the good thing as well, I mean, the core population with China is probably enough already, but you can get even higher core population there, which is quite interesting. Annex Yunnan. I think that should be enough to join the Chinese Empire. I mean, it's not. What else do we need? Yeah, the module of this really fixed. Don't know what it needs. I'm just gonna annex all the Soviet Union. I think there's the problem. So forming these nations can be truly hard because, well, having these countries under your control. For example, good luck joining China. There we go, Chinese Empire. Now we are called King, and we have a core population of 480 million. This is correct, 487 million, which is, yeah, it's quite a bit. Now time to release the Soviet Union again. Is it Soviet Union? There we go. Just annexing it and reading that all the time. Quite interesting. There you go, Soviet Union. Now let's release Japan as well. There we go, so that's how the Chinese Empire, the king. 484 million is the core population, that's quite a bit, so you will certainly have no problems with manpower for the King Empire, I can assure you that. Let's call the states, yeah, let's not oppress the Koreans. All should be fine now, yeah. So all of these territories you see here are core states. But forming the king without, well, cheating would be quite hard, because we have to fight Japan and the Soviet Union as well. So, let's take a look on how to join Iberia. I think that's quite straightforward and quite easy as well. You'll have to simply go to Spain and I would say simply annex Portugal. Annex Portugal. Let's give us some political power. And there you see. So we are called Republic of Iberia, and I would guess we have a core population of 31 million. Yeah, plus the Portuguese colonies. which were a core state of Portugal. I'm not sure. Yeah. So there we go. That would be the Republic of Iberia. Interesting. So that's Iberia. Let's spectate once more and take a look how to join, how to form the. Let's actually see if we could form Africa. But it would be quite interesting. Let's get South Africa. We would have to annex all of these countries here, which will look quite funny. I can show you that. So let's annex the UK. They're called England. Annex France. Annex Belgium. Annex Italy because they have colonies everywhere. Annex Spain. How are they called? SPR. Annex Liberia. So annex LIB. And annex ETH. Now, yeah, South Africa, quite nice, isn't it? Now, I think we can form Africa. There you see. Now, that is how Africa looks like. Now, African Union, we have a population of 147 million. But even to form Africa, you would have to go to war with the French and the British and the Italians and the native African nations, which can be quite hard. Like, just try to join the format as Liberia. Good luck. Let's release the nations here. Let's release the poor French. Then let's release who else did we annex? Belgium. Then also release Italy. Release Italy. The UK, Iberia, and Italy. There we go. I think we do not control any non-core states now, do we? Yeah, only 43 million. I don't know where though. Probably these states. So that's the African Union for you. So we would have, well, factories. We would have 37 factories, which is certainly not that much. 38. Yeah, that's it. So, like, if you would even control all of Africa since the beginning of the game, you would only have 36 civilian factories because Africa is where somebody so insanely undeveloped. So insanely undeveloped. You cannot believe it. Let's see, that's it. We could release the Israel since they are not African, Syria, Jordan, and who else wasn't African here? Return territory, Lebanon. Why did we control Vietnam? Yeah, release Vietnam as well. Vietnam, Cambodia. So let's see, Ethiopia, Yemen, return territory. And well, our core, king of Hong Kong. So the core would be 146 million and there are 37 factories in total, which are certainly not that much considering how vast Africa is, but it's simply so undeveloped and you will not even have the opportunity to build many factories because of its, well, lack of capacity. So forming Africa also a tough call here. So let's see, who can we form else? With this mod we can form Arabia. Arabia, let's do this. Arabia. Arabia. To form Arabia, I guess you'd have to annex all of the Arabian territories. So annex Yemen, annex Iraq, annex Jordan, annex Syria as well, annex Oman, and could we form Arabia, the mighty state of Arabia? No, we could not. We would have to control Palestine and Lebanon, and also we would have to annex Israel. I think it's ESR. And how are they called? LDB. Them, and just annex all of the South Africa's federation. Why not? There we go. Now we could form Arabia. Yeah, get the political power, and then form Arabia. There we go. Now, oh, we have to take over. Yeah, I forgot. Arabia. There we go. Now we are called the Arabian Caliphate. Interesting. Well, I mean, our core population would not even be so high. It's only 15.53 million, so that's not really high, certainly. Time to release the African Union. There we go. So that's the Arabian Caliphate in its fullest extent. Well, 50 million, even Turkey has a higher core population there, I think. That's, well, And you would start off with, well, 18 factories, some of these level base, but not really much. So, to the countless other factories, let's go ahead and form the Baltic States. To do so, we'll have to release the countries which are supposed to annex. So, release Lithuania and release Latvia. Then I would guess you would have to suddenly go to one of these countries and annex the rest. We're gonna do it with Latvia, so let's annex Lithuania and annex Estonia. Well, forming the Baltic nation would not be so hard, since Baltic States. There we go. Well, it would give us a population of 5.21 million, which isn't that high, but certainly better than 1 or 2 million. 5.21 million, and you would be called the Baltic Kingdom. So yeah, it's interesting. And we would start with, well, 14 factories, so not so much there as well. But whatever here, let's go ahead. God said Great Moravia. I have no idea. You would have to be Czechoslovakia. Huh, that's interesting. Like you would have to, you can even form Great Moravia. Or even Central America. Let's actually go ahead and join and actually form Central America. One of the easier nations to form, although I would have to annex all of these countries here. Annex ELS as well. Annex Costa Rica and Panama. I can imagine you would have to annex the other territories here as well. Yeah, it's... Oh, actually you wouldn't not have to. Central America, now, there we go. Well, that's Central America. You would have a core population of, well, 5.2 million and 18 factories. So, certainly not a strong state as well. Then, next on the list will be the Hungarian Kingdom. Fine, so we would have to go into Austria-Hungary. Well, Austria-Hungary would be quite a superpower here, with 77 factories in total and a core population of 52 million. Nevertheless, let's release Hungary, release them. Just to make it easy, release the Czechs as well. So the collapse of Austria-Hungary. Interesting. Spectator. Well, as Hungary, I think we would have to, let's just annex all of Austria and also the Czechs. Yeah, I wouldn't have to release them, but why not? Why not? So, you can also form Hungary, the Hungarian Kingdom. You would have a core population of 21 million. Well, what would be your core states actually? I don't know. Perhaps all of these central territories here. Core states, colony states. Interesting, certainly. Well, so that's Great Hungary then in this case. Having a core population of, well, 21 million. Could be higher, but it isn't done. Of course, what would be a formal nations model without Scandinavia? So, and also unite all of Scandinavia, I think. Like, it's got Norway and Denmark. I think they are DEN, not DAN. There you go. Now just get political power, and then you can't actually. You need to control our Finland as well. So they want to make a bigger Scandinavia, which is nice. And there you go, Scandinavia, and it's called the Scandinavian Union. And well, you would have a core population of 16.6 million, which is actually quite nice. Not so bad, and you would have 52 factories, so certainly a minor, well, a regional power. Not a major power, but certainly a regional power in the region. But you could work your way up to a great power with that amount of factories as well. So next one on the list will be, there are so many countries, I simply can't get through. Of course, Deutschland, let's join Transcaucasia. We would have to control Armenia, Georgia and Azerbaijan. Well, the only way to form this country would be to form that you would have to, I think, start off as one of these nations. Yeah, so to do that, you would simply have to release, like, Polish the Soviet Union, then release Azerbaijan and Armenia and Georgia. And then you would have to play as one of these three countries and then annexing the other twos. And then joining and then creating the Transcaucasian nation. Which, let's see, what would be the best one to play with? have 2.8 million, 2.9 million, 2.2 million. So certainly it's either Azerbaijan or Armenia, the best one. I think Azerbaijan, because they have 6 civilian factories. So yeah, if you want to do this, how I said, you should do this with Azerbaijan. They have some oil as well, so it's certainly worth to trying this, excuse me, with Azerbaijan. So annex Armenia, annex Georgia, and then you could form, as I said already, the well, I think which most people would like to see would be the Ottoman Empire, the Turks especially. I can imagine that. Alright, the Transcaucasian Federation, which would have a core population of, well, 7.08 million, which is better than it started off, of course, but not so high as well. But still a, well, hard nation to play as. We would have these 3 states as core states. The Transcaucasian Federation. Okay, so who remains? So Benelux. Forming the Benelux actually isn't that hard. You would have to, well, there's always the risk, you know, of the allies declaring, actually unifying, I mean, guaranteeing Belgium, but otherwise you would have to annex Belgium and annex Luxembourg, and then you could simply, just with the annexation of these 3 provinces, countries, you could form Benelux, which would be a, well, you would have a population of 60 million, which isn't really that high, but better than 5 or 6 million, which you started off with. That will be the Benelux then, Republic of Benelux. Republic of Benelux. Well, let's still call it Dutch East Indies. Okay. I mean, is it actually a state of the Dutch, or yeah, they are a puppet of us, and integrated puppets. Who remains? Who remains? Yeah, Great Moravia. Fine. Actually, let's go ahead as Germany and form Großdeutschland. To form Großdeutschland, I'm just gonna annex the Netherlands. How are they called? They are called Holland, so annex HOL. Obviously, the countries even keep their old tags. Then also Hungary and I think Poland as well. Now we should be able to form. We can't form Großdeutschland. That says why not? I can't see why actually. Oh, can we form hold on Empire? No, we have to control Switzerland for that. Annex Switzerland. To control, now we could form the Holy Roman Empire, I guess. Still cannot. Why? South Tyrol or Alsace. Ah, okay, so you would have to control the Alsace as well. So let's annex the Frenchmen. Goodbye. German Reich. Now I think we can form Großdeutschland and the Holy Roman Empire. Well, it's depending on what you wanna form. Also keep in mind that you can form these countries only when you're at peace. For example, don't think now that when you play as the German Reich, you can simply go to the Second World War, occupy France and Poland and the rest, and then occupy the Netherlands and then form the Großdeutschland. But now that isn't how it works. You'll have to actually, well, be at peace. So you'll have to be at peace and actually own these territories via peace treaty in order to form one of these nations. So that's easier said than done, I can assure you that. Otherwise, if you would form Großdeutschland, our flag would be the German imperial flag and get the Reichsadler in the middle. Well, our core population will be nice with 120 million. 120 million. Then let's go ahead and form also, while we are here, the Holy Roman Empire, which would give us a core population of actually 140 million. So just imagine the Holy Roman Empire, a core pop of 140 million. That's quite nice, I have to admit. Anyways, let's go ahead and spectator. So are we done? I'm not. Yeah, we can form Great Moravia. Well, we can do this. I think that's the only country what is left. I hope so. Like the Kievan Rus. Fine. Oh, let's do this then. So, have to release Czechoslovakia, place them even, and Czechoslovakia, players, recently, annex Germany, that's how it works. Now I think we could form Greater Moravia. Let's see, Great Moravia. A Republic of Moravia, and our core population would be well, 43 million. 43 million. But you would have to go to war with all of your neighboring states, and so that's also not an easy task, that's for sure. But 43 million, hey, why not? About that, now let's can we release whatever here. Now the Kievan Rus are left, and we are done with our spotlight of this mod. So this mod is mainly about, it's basically only about forming new nations, which I really like. So a great shout out to the mod developer for making such a mod. It makes the game, how he even said it in his own mod description, far more interesting towards the end game, because you'll have a go. Like, I'll get bored after a time, but with this mod you'll have like really hard goals you wanna do. Perhaps you can play this with your friends, making the thing even more interesting. It's probably a great thing to do. So yeah, I can't see all of the prerequisites we have to have, so I just guess we'll have to annex all of the Baltic. So, annex, excuse me, still sick, annex Latvia, annex Moravia, and I think Hungary. Now, Romania, okay, now I think Kievan Rus, still not, I simply can't see what we still need. If I take a look to the lists, what do we need actually? Rzhev, Ryazan, Lipetsk, Voronezh, Ariel, Kursk, Kraslavl, Novgorod, Nivolpskov, Luga, Leningrad, Archangelsk, Alanets, Karhala, okay. Oh, sorry, Sweden. I mean, that's wrong, because the Kievan Rus, they didn't control Karhala thing, but whatever. Now we can form the Kievsky Rus. So there we go, Kievan Rus. The leader is still Yuri Stalin. We have the, actually, we have the Ukrainian flag. That's quite wrong. Having the Ukrainian flag, I'm sure the Soviets would have a problem of using the fascist Ukrainian flag. So I urge the mod developer to change the flag of the Kievan Russian SSR, because that's the flag of the Banderans, of the, I think, fascist Ukrainians. So, I mean, it was a Russian state and not a Ukrainian state after all, the Kievan Rus. Well, it would have a population of 167 million, so even not that much more, it would be only 20 million more than the Soviet Union ones, I think, so not a big deal there. But well, we are done with this spotlight, we have formed all nations we could. So well, thank you all for watching me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me how you will find this mod. I mean, its idea is a great one, I think there's nothing to complain about this mod. It just adds new opportunities. Also, if you have any suggestions for a mod I could use, I could review, leave it down in the comments. And otherwise, I'm Sacred and I'm out. Have a good day to you all, and see you next time. Goodbye.